The studio lights blaze hotter than ever. The cameras pan across a packed stage. A restless crowd murmurs, buzzing with anticipation. This isn't just another debate. It feels like a prize fight, an intellectual heavyweight showdown. On one side of the stage, Mark Levin, known for his fiery temper, booming voice, and constant interruptions, adjusts his papers, already wound up like a coiled spring. On the other, Jasmine Crockett sits poised, calm, and collected. No shouting, no grandstanding, just an unshakable confidence that fills the room even before she speaks a word. From the very first exchange, the tone is set. Levin lunges, verbally swinging with aggression. He doesn't just interrupt once, not twice, not 5 times. He cuts her off again, and again, and again. By the end of the night, the tally will stand at 18 interruptions each, one more desperate than the last. The audience squirms. Some shake their heads, others whisper. Social media lights up within minutes. Is he really cutting her off again? Let the woman speak. Levin looks unhinged. But Crockett, she doesn't flinch. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't take the bait. Every time Levin barrels over her, she stops, breathes, and waits. Her calm smile doesn't falter. Her tone stays steady as a metronome. The tension grows like thunderclouds over the stage. And then, Crockett decides, enough is enough. This debate was supposed to be straightforward, a clash of ideas. Law versus policy, perspective versus perspective. But Levin clearly came in with another playbook, dominate through volume. He leans in, stabbing the desk with his finger, voice booming like a sledgehammer. You don't understand the law. You don't understand history. You don't even understand America. The moderator tries to intervene. Mr. Levin, please let her finish, but Levin barrels on. 1 interruption, 2, 3, by interruption 10. Even the moderator throws his hands up in frustration. The audience groans audibly now. Someone shouts from the back, let her speak. But Crockett refuses to mirror his energy. She doesn't shout back. She doesn't scowl. She doesn't play his game. Instead, she lets Levin unravel himself. Each interruption makes Levin look more frantic, more desperate. His jaw tightens. His voice cracks as he pushes harder and harder to control the stage. Meanwhile, Crockett becomes the image of composure. The cameras catch it perfectly. On one side, chaos and fury. On the other, calm and brilliance. Social media splits screen grabs instantly. Levin red-faced, mid-shout. Crockett, serene and unshaken. Tweets fly. This is the definition of calm versus chaos. She's dismantling him without saying a word. And that's when the setup is complete. The more Levin interrupts, the deeper he digs his own hole. By interruption 18, the audience has had enough. Gasps and sighs echo through the crowd. Even some of Levin's supporters look uneasy. Crockett finally leans forward. Her calm demeanor doesn't change, but her eyes lock onto Levin like a laser. The cameras zoom in. The room falls silent. Are you finished? She asks softly. The crowd freezes. A nervous chuckle escapes Levin. For once, he's caught off guard. That's when the tables turn. Crockett doesn't rush. She doesn't raise her voice. She lowers it, forcing everyone in the studio, and millions watching at home, to lean in. Mr. Levin, she says, you've interrupted me 18 times, 18, and yet in all that noise, you haven't given America a single fact. The room explodes, applause, cheers, even laughter. Hashtags trend within minutes. Hashtag 18 times. Hashtag Crockett Clapback. Hashtag calm scows. Levin stammers, trying to interject, but this time the audience isn't having it. His words drown under the thunder of applause. And Crockett isn't done. She goes point by point, dismantling every claim he made. When he tries to twist the law, she quotes it back word for word. When he distorts history, she lays out the record with receipts. Each sentence lands like a precise strike, calm, surgical, devastating. Levin tries to laugh it off, but the chuckles sound hollow. He fidgets in his chair, jaw clenched, face reddening. Finally, Crockett delivers the line that goes instantly viral. If you believe shouting the loudest makes you right, then perhaps you've mistaken this stage for a kindergarten classroom. The crowd gasps, then erupts into thunderous applause. Levin freezes, speechless. Within minutes, clips of the moment are everywhere. TikTok edits with dramatic music rack up millions of views. Twitter fills with memes. Levin's red face photoshopped onto a volcano. Crockett sitting calm with the caption, "How it started versus how it's going." GIF loops of her whispering, "Are you finished?" Headlines roll out overnight. Jasmine Crockett silences Levin after 18 interruptions. Calm beats chaos. Crockett's debate masterclass. Mark Levin interrupted into oblivion. Pundits across networks analyze the moment. Even those who don't usually agree with Crockett admit she won the night. Producers later reveal the tension backstage. Levin stormed off, slamming doors, muttering about unfair moderators and biased crowds. Crockett, meanwhile, quietly shook hands, smiled, and left with dignity, the very image of composure. One staffer was overheard saying, "Levin came in to dominate the debate, but Crockett left owning the night." This clash wasn't just about Crockett versus Levin. It was about something larger. In an era where political discourse feels like shouting matches, where volume is mistaken for truth, Crockett reminded the world of something timeless. Composure is power. Respect isn't earned by silencing others. It's earned by letting your words stand on their own. Integrity doesn't need to shout. Truth doesn't need to rage. Crockett's calm proved that in a storm of noise, dignity still wins. The fallout for Levin was brutal. Sponsors reportedly pulled back. Critics called for him to step away from television altogether. Commentators described the night as a career-defining humiliation. For Crockett, it was more than a victory. It was a viral, cultural moment. One clip replayed across every social platform, every news cycle, every highlight reel. And the lesson echoed far beyond politics. Arrogance always collapses when confronted with truth delivered with dignity. Mark Levin interrupted Jasmine Crockett 18 times, but in the end, it only took one calm, devastating response to end the debate and his credibility in front of millions. This wasn't just a debate win. It was proof that arrogance always falls before authenticity, that chaos always loses to calm, that noise always crumbles in the face of truth. If you were inspired by Jasmine Crockett's composure, hit that like button. Subscribe for more powerful political moments. Share this with someone who needs to see the power of calm in chaos, because every time someone like Jasmine Crockett stands tall, it's not just her victory, it's a win for all of us.